In this training video, we're going to focus on how to create videos that you can provide to your students in order to help them. At first, it may be helpful to create some of these as students have trouble with certain particular aspects of LearnBryan, and you're trying to help them get access to what they need access to. But in the future, this can also be really helpful as a way of flipping the classroom. In other words, taking some of that content that you would normally be providing in the live session and making it viewable by the student beforehand. So this way they can go back, they can watch it a couple different times if they want to, and when they come to class, then they can participate in more collaborative sorts of activities. So the first program that we're going to talk about is called Jing. And you can access Jing and download it for free, either for Mac or for PC, by going to www.techsmith.com, and from there it's listed under the top downloads. So it's called Jing, so we'll click there, and then we can either download it for the Mac or for Windows, depending on what computer. So since I already have it installed on my computer, I'm not going to go through the download process, but it's the same as it would be if you downloaded pretty much any program from the internet, and you'll be saving it into your applications. Once you have it, you'll be able to launch it. It has an icon that looks like a sun, and once it has been launched, if you're a PC user, you're going to see a small sun that's hovering towards the middle of your screen along the top. However, if you're on a Mac like I am right now, you'll see that sun in the upper right-hand corner, like this. Either way, using the program will work the same way. So I'm going to click on that sun, and I see three different options here. I'm going to click the plus sign, and what that does is that makes it so that I can define the parameters of what I'm going to record. So let's say I didn't want to record the border of my screen and just wanted to record my browser window. I can drag, make sure I have the whole window in that frame, and then let go. Now I have a handy frame for what I want to record, and when I'm ready to actually start the recording process, I can click the second button over here that says Capture a Video. From there, it's going to count down, and it's going to start the recording. So right now it is actually recording, and then when I'm done, once I've finished, explaining to my students whatever it is I want to show them, then in this bar at the top I'm going to click Finish. Another thing you should know is if you show part of a process but then want to take a break and record some more in a moment, after you've navigated somewhere else, for instance, you can pause it and then continue. Also, if you don't like what you've done, you can click the restart button and just give it another try. This will record both your audio and video, and when you get close to the 5-minute mark, this bar is going to turn red, and you'll get an alert that you're getting close to the 5-minute mark, because as soon as you hit that 5 minutes, the video cuts off. So we're going to go ahead and stop it, because that's all we needed to show our students. And now we get a Jing preview window. Here we can watch the video that we just made, and once we've watched and verified that we like it, we can share it via the website screencast.com. That's the button all the way on the left here. And the benefits of this way we can put the video straight on the internet. We don't need to have a YouTube account. We don't need to have any kind of other account. We can put it directly on the web and just give students a URL that they'll be able to plug in and get to that website. So let's do that. So now we see that it's uploading, and depending on the length of the video, this may take a little bit of time. With this one, it's going to be pretty quick. And once we have this uploaded, we're going to be able to navigate to it with the second button here. This is our history, and by opening it, we can see all of the videos we've created up to this point. But since we just completed this, we'll get this pop-up window here, and we can click View on screencast.com. Now here's our video. It's going to have this Jing banner at the top, letting other people know that that's the program that was used for creating this. And if we want to share this with students, this URL here is all we need. However, the URLs for this on screencast.com can be kind of cumbersome and hard to remember. So if you want something that's simpler and easier to remember, we'll go ahead and minimize this window. And you can use a website like bit.ly.com. With Bit.ly, you can actually paste in a URL and shorten that URL and make it something more memorable. An account on Bit.ly is free, and now that I'm logged in, I'm going to paste my link into the Paste Link Here box. And now here is the URL. And I can just copy that with this button, or I can edit it to make it something that's more memorable with this pencil button. So we will make it... Oh, somebody already took new video. Okay, so now the address is going to be bit.ly/how-to-access-Jing. And we can copy that using the copy button. And we can then, paste it into an email to our students. We can create a link to that website within our course shell. There are lots of ways we can share this. Another useful feature of Bit.ly is that once this video has been viewed, we can actually see how many times it's been accessed with this website. So if we create a video for students that we want them all to look at, and we come here and we see that there are lots of views, we know that students are paying attention to that video. Also, if we come here and we see almost no views, then we know that somewhere along the line, not all students are actually looking at that. So those are a couple benefits of Bit.ly. And that can be good regardless of whether the video you're using is coming from Jing or whether it's coming from another website. So the best option if you want to create something that's longer than the 5 minutes, there's a program called screencast-o-matic.com, and I'll be creating a video for that shortly, but you already have a Blackboard Collaborate account. So using Blackboard Collaborate to create a video is actually a very simple process. Okay, so here we are. We're in our Blackboard Collaborate account, and we would just want to set up a new session using the Schedule a Meeting button. We can, since this is not going to be an actual session, it's going to be a recording, we can call this whatever we want to. And then set it for when we want to record. Since we're going to record this now, we'll just go ahead and create the session. We would then join the recording, and we would participate in it. We would, basically give our lecture using Blackboard Collaborate the same way we would if we were actually in the classroom. The only difference is it's just going to be us that's in there. Once that's done, once we've created that session, we've given the lecture, and now we have that finished session that we've exited, now we can go back and we can view our previous sessions, and we'll be able to, okay, so here we have a list of a few sessions that have already been recorded. If we wanted to create a recording of this that would not have the sidebar with our image in it and with the chat box and all of that, then all you would need to do is go into this video field and click the Convert button. Now it's in the process of converting. When it's finished, then we'll get a play button down here just like this one. And at that point, we can click the play button and that will launch this video. We can copy that URL. So this is our Blackboard URL. Take that back over to Bitly. Plug that long and annoying URL in here, and then we can edit it to make it something more memorable. Now we've copied it and we're ready to go into our actual class shell and share that link to our students. So either way, they're going to have access to a new video which contains some of the information that we would have to take a lot of class time to talk about, but now they can cover that ahead of time. So I hope this has been a useful video, and I look forward to talking with you about ways that you have tried flipping the classroom and the ways that you've used videos in your classes.